based on the short stories by James Franco. Palo Alto just had its premiere at the Toronto International Film Festival. It already played at Venice, so it already has some kind of critical buzz. It's getting kind of mixed reviews, but I actually really love this film. I thought it was beautiful and poetic, and such it's a really unique way that Gia Coppola, the director, deals with teenagers and these damaged teenage lives. I like Sofia Coppola, and Gia Coppola is her niece. I like her, and I feel like she might be a little bit overrated in general, but I really felt like this film is better than anything that Sofia Coppola has done. And like, it's hard when you're kind of in this famous family and there's all these expectations, or not even expectations, but people just don't really want to say that you're good. Like, it's almost like because you're in this family, you're able to make the film. So it's like, is she really talented, or she's just well connected because of her family? But I really think Gia Coppola, this is her first film. I think she's really talented, and I really enjoyed Palo Alto. It is based on James Franco's short story collection, and when I went into this, I wasn't sure if the film was going to be a series of short stories or not, but it's not. It's one long narrative centered on a few different teenagers who are all connected. They all go to the same school, and they're all friends. The stars of this film are Emma Roberts, Nat Wolff, Jack Kilmer, and Zoe Levin, who are all relatively newer actors. I say Emma Roberts is probably the most seasoned of the bunch. All of them are great in this film. They all play these really complex characters, and the film deals with a lot of really complex things, such as, drugs, drunk driving, homophobia, I don't know, think of anything. It's kind of dark, and it's probably in this film, but it does it in this really tasteful way, and this very, it makes these characters really relatable and really human and not stereotypical. I didn't think anyone in this film was very stereotypical. They kind of all were these real people, and yeah, the performances all around by all these young teenage actors were just really impressive. There's James Franco's in the film. He plays a student coach who kind of has a thing going on with his student, Emma Roberts, and I thought that that plot line was handled really delicately, and I think everything in the film was very tasteful and delicate, and kind of, it had like this sweetness to it that you wouldn't really expect from a film that's dealing with this dark subject matter. It had this cuteness to it. Some elements of it reminded me a little bit of Harmony Korine, but on a smaller scale, I guess. There was kind of these random scenes, like this one part where Jack Kilmer's character, Teddy, is just like randomly dressed in a bunny suit, and like these little cute little things kind of sprinkled throughout the film that I really liked. And the film is like, it's a bit humorous, but it's also kind of dark and touching and poetic, and it's got a lot of stylistic effects like voiceover and certain things like that it just does really uniquely. As a young person, I think this film is really relatable, and I don't know if it would connect as much with older audiences. I just felt like it was a really good teenage drama that wasn't really over the top about anything. It's a bit like understated, and certain things are kind of left a little bit unsaid, and it's kind of up to the audience to figure it out. And I don't know, I just thought it was really beautiful and really relatable. I mean, I personally haven't really gone through many of the things that these characters go through, but there's this kind of raw, essential element to what they're each going through that anyone can kind of relate on some level. And I I really appreciated the honesty of these characters and how they all were pretty complex and not like these archetypal teenage roles. I just felt like they all really had their own story that was important, and I don't know, I feel like this is a film that I would watch again and enjoy just as much. And the soundtrack is killer. I mean, this is a thing, Sofia Coppola is really known for picking out really good soundtracks for her films. Well, Palo Alto and Gia Coppola, I guess they have similar musical tastes. It is reminiscent of Sofia Coppola's style in certain ways, but it also has its own unique kind of touch to it, and I feel like Gia Coppola it's like Sofia Coppola's work, but a bit more interesting, because Sofia Coppola is really obsessed with this idea of celebrity and this kind of quietness and this loneliness. Her films have this extreme loneliness, which can be kind of profound, but also a little bit slow and a bit harder to get into. And I think Palo Alto is completely interesting, and you still can feel the same profound elements from it, but it's just such a more engaging film than a lot of Sofia Coppola's. And yeah, I don't know. I think young teenagers slash people kind of in their 20s, my age, would really enjoy this film, and I don't know. It just really spoke to me. So and James Franco, he wrote it, so it's based on his short. It's based on his material. I think he gets so much like so ridiculed for everything he does. I don't think it's a bad thing that he's so ambitious and does so much different work and really puts himself out there and does whatever he wants, really. So I'm gonna have to read the short story collection now that I've seen the film, because I'm really curious more about it. But I think he gave this film some really great source material. So yeah, that's my review of Palo Alto. I'm giving the film an A. And thank you so much for watching my review. There will be more TIFF reviews to come. And I'm Adriana. My channel's Fresh from the Theater. If you want to subscribe, go ahead. You can click the button right under. It's obviously really appreciated. And yeah, thank you so much for watching.